Hello, friends. Welcome to Literary Concepts. So, today's topic is the contemporary age. This is the last age in the periods of English literature. So, the contemporary age starts late 20th century and continues up to the present day. Now, let us try to understand about the contemporary age. The contemporary age in literature refers to the works written from the late 20th century to the present day. So, from the late 20th century onwards, whatever the works have written, so all those works come in the contemporary age. So, from late 20th century to the present day. Understand? So, it reflects the fast changing, the contemporary age reflects the fast changing, interconnected world shaped by globalization, technology, climate change, political conflicts, identity struggles, and digital culture. So we find, okay, all these aspects because of the fast changing world, because of the interconnected world, so which was shaped by globalization, technology, climate change, and political conflicts, identity struggles, and digital culture. So, because of all these aspects influence, so we find the interconnectivity and the changing which is happening in the present society. So even it continues some aspects of postmodernism. So the contemporary age continues certain aspects, so certain themes of postmodernism. So follows the postmodernism. So contemporary literature often uh, attempt to re-engage with reality, social justice, and personal identity in a more direct way. So, contemporary literature reflects, okay, represents to re-engage with the social, okay, it re-engages with reality and social justice and personal identity in a direct manner. So this period also marked by the rise of diverse voices. We find the different voices, the different ideas, and the different thoughts. So the different notions we find during this period, including more works by women. So we find more works by women and LGBTQ. So that is L stands for lesbian, G stands for gay, B stands for bisexual, T stands for transgender, Q plus stands for queer and questioning individuals. So women writers have become more, and LGBTQ authors, post colonial writers, and marginalized communities. Because of all these, okay, writers and their works, so we find the diverse voices, the diverse themes, and the diverse topics in the contemporary period. So even we also find the digital media and social networking and the internet have transformed storytelling, so which led to new narrative forms like digital fiction, autofiction, experimental hybrid genres. Understand, because of the influence of digital media and social media, even uh, because of the internet. So there is a different methods of storytelling has evolved, okay, so which led to the new narratives, new narrations like digital fiction, autofiction means autobiographical fiction, and experimental hybrid genres. So, experimental combination of genres we find during contemporary age. So, now let us try to understand different characteristics of the contemporary age. The first one is diverse voices and multiculturalism. So diverse means different voices, okay, different standpoints, different point of views, and multiculturalism. So the literature of the contemporary age includes the point of views, the perspectives from global, indigenous, and minority communities. So in the contemporary age, so we find the literature reflects, and literature has diverse and different voices, okay, from global, indigenous means native voice we find, and minority communities voices also we find in the contemporary age. The next characteristic is identity and intersectionality. So, identity, intersectionality means interconnected nature. So, writers of the contemporary age they explore race, gender, sexuality, immigration, and personal identity in depth. So, in the works of contemporary literature, we find the themes like race, gender, sexuality, immigration, and personal identity in depth. So, that is, therefore, identity and interconnected nature themes we find in the contemporary literature. The next aspect, okay, the next characteristic is realism with elements of speculation. So many works mix that realistic themes with speculative, so that guessing, prediction, speculative fictions such as dystopia, science fiction, okay, science fiction, and then climate fiction. So these themes and topics, okay, we find in the contemporary age. The next characteristic is technology and digital influence. The stories of contemporary means the works of contemporary literature reflects social media, artificial intelligence, virtual reality, and surveillance. Understand? So these aspects we find in the contemporary literature. The next characteristic is blurring of fiction and reality. So that is completely mixed. So a blend of fiction and reality, that is autofiction, autobiographical fiction, so which is a blend of autobiography and fiction, has become popular during the contemporary age. The next characteristic is climate change and environmental concerns. So we find that climate change and environmental concepts in the contemporary literature. Okay, the Anthropocene. So Anthropocene means the time which humans have had a substantial impact on our planet. Anthropocene means humans had their impact, more impact on the planet. So such Anthropocene influences these aspects we find okay many contemporary narratives. In many contemporary narratives we find the environmental concerns, climate change, the Anthropocene themes. Understand? So the next characteristic is mental health awareness. The literature of contemporary age frequently addresses, that is the trauma, a deeply distressing feeling, a deeply distress, and disturbing experiences, trauma means, depressions, anxiety, and psychological struggles. These themes also we find in the literature of the contemporary age. Then the next characteristic is non-linear and fragmented narratives. Non-linear, which is not in a linear or sequential order, fragmented, broken into pieces or disintegrated narratives. So these elements also, some of the works of the contemporary literature experiment with that non-linear structure. Okay, even non-linear time shifts and multiple perspectives. So the multiple point of views we find in the some works of the contemporary literature. And the last and final characteristic is return to political and social engagement. So the writers of the contemporary age, they tackle that activism, human rights, feminism, and resistance. So they deal with these aspects, that is activism, human rights, feminism, and resistance themes and topics we find in the works of contemporary literature. So these are the some of the characteristics of important characteristics of the contemporary literature. Now let us try to understand major writers and their works of the contemporary age. The first writer is Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie, so who was born in 1977. So she is from Nigeria. So Chimamanda Adichie's important works are Hibiscus, Purple Hibiscus, which was published in 2003, Half of a Yellow Sun, which was published in 2006, The Thing Around Your Neck, so short stories these are, which was published in 2009, Americana, which was published in 2013, We Should All Be Feminist, which was published in 2014. These are the important works of Chimamanda Adichie. So the next writer is Margaret Atwood. The Margaret Atwood, who was born in 1939. So she's from Canada. So she belongs to Canada. Her important works are The Edible Woman, which was published in 1969. The next one is The Handmaid's Tale, which was published in 1985. The next work is Alias Grace, so which was published in 1996. And the next work is The Testaments, which was published in 2019. The next writer is Kazuo Ishiguro, who was born in 1954. So he belongs to UK, United Kingdom, so England. So his important works are A Pale View of Health, okay, which was published in 1982. The next one is An Artist of the Floating World, which was published in 1986. The next work is The Remains of the Day, which was published in 1989. The next work is Never Let Me Go, so which was published in 2005. And the next work is Clara and the Sun, which was published in 2021. So these are the important works of Kazuo Ishiguro. The next writer is Haruki Murakami, so who was born in 1949. So he belongs to Japan. So his important works are A Wild Sheep Chase, which was published in 1982, Norwegian Wood, which was published in 1987, The Wind Up Bird Chronicle, sorry, The Wind Up Bird Chronicle, which was published between 1994 and 95, Kafka on the Shore, which was published in 2002, 1Q84, which was published between 2009 and 10. So these are the important works of Haruki Murakami. So he is from Japan. The next writer is Sally Rooney, so who was born in 1991. So Sally Rooney belongs to Ireland. So Sally Rooney's important works are Conversations with Friends, which was published in 2017, Normal People, which was published in 2018, Beautiful World, Where Are You? Which was published in 2021. These are the important works of Sally Rooney. The next writer is Ocean Wong. Ocean Wong. Ocean Wong, who was born in 1988. So Ocean Wong from Vietnam. Okay, he belongs to Vietnam as well as USA, United States of America. His important works are Night Sky with the Exit Wounds. So that is poetry, which was published in 2016. On Earth, we are briefly gorgeous, so which was published in 2019. These are the two important works of Ocean Wong. The next writer is Colson Whitehead, who was born in 1969. So he belongs to USA, United States of America. His important Whitehead's important works are The Intuitionists, which was published in 1999. The next one is John Henry Days, which was published in 2001. The third one is Joan 1, which was published in 2011. The next one is The Underground Railroad, which was published in 2016. The next one is The Nickel Boys, which was published in 2019. And the next one is a Harlem Shuffle, which was published in 2021. The next writer is Jennifer Egan. Jennifer Egan, who was born in 1962. Okay, he belongs to USA. Jennifer Egan's important works are The Invisible Circus, which was published in 1995, Look at Me, which was published in 2011, The Keep, which was published in 2006, A Visit from the Goon Squad, which was published in 2010, The Candy House, which was published in 2022. The next writer is Han Kong, who was born in 1970. He belongs to South Korea. Han Kong's important works are The Vegetarian, which was published in 2007. As an English translation, it was published in 2015. The next one is Human Acts, which was published in 2014. English translated work published in 2016. The White Book, which was published in 2016. English translation work, published in 2017. These are the three important works of Han Kong. The next writer is Tommy Orange, who was born in 1982. So who belongs to USA, Native American. Understand, he was a Native American. His important work is There, which was published in 2018. So these are the important writers of the contemporary age. So I hope that you understand the contemporary age, the contemporary period. With this, all the periods of English literature videos are concluded. So if you find this content is useful, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you very much.